Hi, welcome to each and everyone for my YouTube channel Akshata Shetty Commerce Lectures. I hope all are doing well, and today's video is going to be about UGC NET and kset examination paper second subject commerce. Let us discuss 10 important questions. First question, broad money has sensitized through CRR, SLR, repo rate, all of the above. Broad money, it is a measure of a country's money supply, and broad money consists every liquid items. It also include non-cash items that we can convert into cash rapidly. So broad money has sensitized all of the above. It means the CRR, SLR and repo rate. These three are sensitized through broad money. So answer is option D. Option D is the right answer. Next, come to second question. Which one is not an element of legal environment? Act of Parliamentarians in Lok Sabha, Indian Contract Act 1872, Indian Partnership Act 1932, Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. The Act of Parliamentarians in Lok Sabha, it is not an element of legal environment. Since legal environment constitutes the law and various legislations passed in the parliament, this legal environment cannot be overlooked, as the businessman has to perform the business transaction within the framework of legal environment. So, Indian Contract Act, Indian Partnership Act, Negotiable Instrument Act are the legal environment acts, but the Act of Parliamentarians in Lok Sabha, it is not an element of legal environment. So option A is the right answer. Next, come to third question. Conversion cost is the sum of indirect wages and factory overhead, direct wages, direct expense and factory overhead, direct material cost and indirect wages, or prime cost and selling and distribution overhead. The conversion cost is the sum of direct wages, direct expense and factory overhead. The cost incurred to turn the raw materials into finished goods. From the raw material convert into finished goods, that comes are the expenses, direct wages, direct expenses and factory overhead. These sum of these three are the conversion cost. So option B is the right answer. Next, come to fourth question. Normally, demand curve slopes upward, downward, horizontal, vertical. Normally, demand curve slopes downward, as it indicates the inverse relationship between price and the quantity of demand. That demand curve projects that when the price rises, the quantity of demand falls. When the price falls, demand rises. So, normally the demand curve slopes downward. Option B is the right answer. Next, come to fifth question. Which of the following is not restricted random sampling techniques? Stratified sampling, simple random sampling, systematic sampling, multi-stage sampling. The simple random sampling, it is not restricted or non-restricted random sampling techniques. In a simple random sampling, it is non-probability random sampling. Sampling where is a simple random sampling is a subset of individuals chosen from a larger set. Each individual is chosen randomly and entirely by chance, such that each individual has a probability to getting selected. So, in a sampling, there are two types. One is restricted sampling, another one is non-restricted sampling. In the non-restricted sampling, we are call it as a simple random sampling. Here, it is no in the simple random sampling, it is free from all types of restrictions. So the question is that from these, which one is not restricted random sampling techniques? Simple random sampling is not restricted random sampling techniques. So option B is the right answer. Next, come to sixth question. Classification of respondents only on the basis of gender is an application of ordinal scale, nominal scale, interval scale, ratio scale. The nominal scale, it is the through this scale which neither measures nor ranks the data. It just as a label or a tags which help to distinguish or classify different objects. It helps in the proper categorization. Therefore, the classification of respondent only on the basis of gender, it is an application of the nominal scale. It is example of the nominal scale as we are neither measuring nor ranking the data. So option B is the right answer. Next, come to seventh question. According to Keith Davis, which is not the barriers of communication? Physical barriers, technological barriers, personal barriers, linguistic barriers. According to the Keith Davis, the communication is a process of passing information and understanding from one person to another person. According to the Keith Davis, there are three barriers. One is physical barriers, personal barriers, and linguistic barriers. Physical barriers means it is a natural conditional barriers or an environmental barriers. And personal barriers means it is the factors related to the personal of the sender and the receiver. And linguistic barriers means it is completely related to the language. So, according to the Keith Davis, physical, personal and linguistic are the barriers of communication, but technological barriers are not the barriers of communication. So, option B is the right answer. Next, come to 8th question. Howard South model of consumer behavior is popularly known as machine model, human model, marketing model or purchase model. Howard South model, it is one of the most objectively unstructured contemporary model of consumer behavior. It is an attempt to explain the rational brand choice behavior within the constraints of limited individual capacities and incomplete interactions. So, Howard South model of consumer behavior is we call it as a machine model. So, option A is the right answer. Next, come to 9th question. All the activities involved in selling goods or services directly to final consumer for personal non-business use are done by wholesaler, retailers, mediators, commission agents. The retailers include all the activities involved in selling goods or services directly to final consumer for personal non-business uses are done by the retailers. So option B is the right answer. Next, come to 10th question. Dagmar approach in marketing used to measure public relations, advertising result, selling volumes, consumer satisfaction. The Dagmar approach advocates a marketing strategy that guides the consumer through 4 phases: awareness, comprehension, conviction, and action. That path we call it as ACCA. In the ACCA formula, increasing the comprehension of the products and the benefit, convincing the consumer that they needed the product. So Dagmar defining advertising goals, measuring advertising result. This approach of marketing is used to measure the consumer satisfaction. Option D is the right answer. Okay guys, this is for today. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. We will meet again with another topic. Till stay safe, stay happy.